How's it going, everyone? In today's video, we have some big news on two top WWE stars seriously injured, sad news on Rey Mysterio, and a whole lot more. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get the latest wrestling news. Alright guys, so for our first story of today, we have the ratings for Friday Night Smackdown and AEW Rampage. So according to a new report from Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics, Friday Night Smackdown drew 2,264,000 viewers and a .58 in the key demo rating, and AEW Rampage drew 456,000 viewers with a .11 in the key demo rating. So while Friday Night Smackdown went up in the ratings, AEW Rampage did see a slight drop in the ratings department. Next up, we have some big news on Stone Cold Steve Austin's return. So a few weeks ago, it was reported that Steve Austin was believed to be open about wrestling another match for WWE. Well, now new details have come out regarding his return to the ring, as Fightful Select reports that Stone Cold was offered a chance to wrestle again after Triple H became Chief Content Officer, and the belief is that he was offered to wrestle another match at WrestleMania 39 or in Saudi Arabia. Next, we have some news on a top WWE star Vince McMahon wanted to bury. So despite being a top heel on Friday Night Smackdown and the current Intercontinental Champion, apparently Vince McMahon wanted to bury Gunther, as WrestleVotes reports via Give Me Sport that Gunther was set to be buried and sent back to NXT after Vince McMahon was unhappy with his performance on the July 4th episode of Monday Night Raw. However, Triple H really likes the Austrian and sees him as a main eventer. Next up, we have some big news on two top WWE stars dealing with serious injuries. So because of injuries, it looks like WWE will have to go on without two of their top stars, as Dave Meltzer reports that Kevin Owens suffered an MCL sprain during a recent WWE live event and is expected to be out of action for several weeks. Furthermore, Ringside News is also reporting that Rey Mysterio is injured as well, as he was seen backstage at SmackDown with a walking boot, but his injury is said to be short-term. So we wish both Rey Mysterio and Kevin Owens a full and speedy recovery. So now guys, I want to give you my thoughts and opinions on all of the topics that we discussed today. Starting off with our first topic, we did talk about the ratings for Friday Night Smackdown and also AEW Rampage, and it looks like Smackdown did see a pretty nice boost in the ratings department, drawing 2,264,000 viewers, and Rampage did see a slight drop, drawing 456,000 viewers. So overall, pretty good ratings for SmackDown and also Rampage. The next story that we talked about was about Stone Cold Steve Austin, and it does look like WWE did approach Stone Cold Steve Austin about having another match, and WrestleVotes is reporting that Stone Cold Steve Austin was offered to have another match at WrestleMania 39 or in Saudi Arabia. However, it remains to be seen if he will accept any of those offers from WWE, and I'm pretty sure that he will. And more than likely, he will return at WrestleMania 39 to have a match there, in my opinion. The next story that we talked about was about Vince McMahon wanting to bury Gunther, and according to WrestleVotes, they are reporting that after Gunther's appearance on the 4th of July episode of Monday Night Raw, Vince McMahon was unhappy with his performance and he wanted to send Gunther back to NXT, pretty much burying him. And obviously that didn't happen, thankfully, and Triple H, he really likes Gunther and sees him as a main eventer, so that is very good news for Gunther, because I do think that he has a lot of potential to be a big main event star, a big heel, as he already is on Friday Night Smackdown, and I'm excited to see what Triple H has in store for him. The next story that we talked about was a pretty unfortunate story because it looks like Kevin Owens and also Rey Mysterio are dealing with some serious injuries, as Dave Meltzer reports that Kevin Owens suffered an MCL sprain during a recent WWE live event where he defeated Austin Theory and he was helped to the backstage. However, he is expected to be out of action for a few weeks, so hopefully it isn't a more serious injury than what is being reported, because if it is, he could miss Survivor Series War Games. And the other wrestler who is dealing with an injury is Rey Mysterio. As Ringside News, they report that Rey Mysterio was seen backstage at last week's episode of Friday Night SmackDown with a walking boots. However, it is said that his injury is short term, so some pretty good news for Rey Mysterio. So hopefully it is a short term injury so we can see him back on Friday Night SmackDown. So with that being said, guys, that is all of the news that we have for today. Make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of the topics that we discussed today in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.